Hi everybody, and welcome once again to Elaine's Gardening and Cooking channel. I know, it's another indoor show. We still can't get outside yet, too much of the white stuff, and of course we had some lovely freezing rain last night. I can't even open my car doors. Had my dog with his leash on, all set to go for a nice car ride, and sure as shooting, we had to come right back in because of the darn doors being frozen shut. Don't you just love winter? Anyway, today we're going to have some fun. Today is the 2nd of March, so it's officially only 18 days away from spring. Spring falls on the 20th this year because the vernal equinox is crossed on the 20th at about 0430 hours. So, hey, we're a day ahead. Today we're going to have a bit of fun showing you how to make a self-watering plastic bottle container garden. So it's only a plastic bottle, okay, but you can have a lot of fun with these guys. I've got a little sample right here of a bottle that's been cut in half, literally. Just a pop bottle. President's Choice, I believe. Free ad for President's Choice. Anyway, this is how it fits. Your water goes in the bottom. There's a wicking system that comes up into your soil bed, and it feeds your plants. So I'm just going to show you briefly how I do that. It's really quite simple. Here's another bottle. President's Choice gets another free ad. Hey, I should get some free President's Choice products from advertising all of this, you know? I mean, tit for tat, goodwill, that kind of a thing. So anyway, so anyone from President's Choice is watching this, hey, I expect some rebate. However, okay, here's how it's done. It's really easy. It's cheap. You can save a lot of shekels doing things this way. Now, I'm just taking the label off, and I'm just going to pierce a hole in here, and then I'm going to cut it off with scissors. Even the kids could certainly do this, but of course, adults should supervise because they are using sharp items. Unless, of course, the adult does the cutting and the children can do the filling and, you know, the other stuff like the watering, that kind of a thing. Okay, now, candle going because I'm going to heat up the lid. If I can find the lid. I'll be all right. There's a lid. Oh dear. This winter weather is getting to me. It's driving me around the bend. So anyway, I have a little candle. Vanilla scented too. Nice. Beautiful. And what I have is an old skewer. I'm going to heat that up through the lid. Okay, so let's just get that started. This is really simple to make, everybody, and like I say, it saves an awful lot of money too. Instead of you having to buy hydroponic units, pay through the nose for all kinds of things like that, yay, you can do it yourself. Just using a good old plastic bottle. Now I'm going to pierce this from the inside out. The reason being, should this hot metal happen to slip, it's not going to hit my finger or my thumb. It's going to hit the edge of the lid. So I'm just going to very carefully pierce through. All right, there we go. I'm going to make a couple of holes. The reason being is, like, I'm going to enlarge the one hole. So I'm making a couple of holes and enlarge it into one. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm putting surgical wicking through here, believe it or not. Now, surgical wicking is not hard to buy. You can get it at any drugstore. And surgical wicking, of course, is used simply for removing drainage from a surgical wound or an injury, that kind of a thing. And it's going to serve the same purpose here, except that it's going to serve to bring your water up to your plant. just like a good old wick should do. Okay, there's our hole. That should be big enough to let it through. All right. Now put the lid back on. And I'm dropping things all over the place. Oh, dear me. However, okay. What I'm going to plant today, actually, is pepper. You know, the price of pepper in the stores getting to be horrendous. So what I'm planning on doing is growing some pepper plants. You can grow pepper plants quite easily in your own home or outside in the garden for that matter. And they grow like in little pods, and the little pods contain your peppercorns. They actually, like, your peppercorns they're visible. But that's the way they grow. They grow like pods, and all your peppercorns are together. And they, remember correctly, I believe they start out red, and then they turn green, then they turn black. So anyway, now what we do is take the wicking. This is sterile wicking. I mean, you don't need to worry about it being sterile, for goodness sakes, because it's only going into your gardening. But get a good length of it. About a good 1.5 feet, maybe even 2 feet. Cut your length. All right. Now, to start working it through here, all I'm going to do is put it into the bottom. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the wick and push it through this hole with the old skewer. Okay. So this is the part that will be upright, and you're going to want so much sitting up on top of the soil around your plant. So I'm going to leave this much, just so you'll know what we're doing here. Now this part goes into your bottle, and it acts as your wick. All right. Now, so you don't have all your soil just run out on you. That's why I only made a small hole. And you've got your lid here that's going to protect your soil from coming out. So bear with me for just a second. I'm going to fill this, and I will be right with you. Okay? Well, okay, we've got some nice potting soil. I better hold that, because sure as shooting it's going to get buried. Normally I'd be doing this outside, so any mess that happens indoors I got to clean up, but hey, we've got to have some gardening shows before we can get outside. Okay, produce a little bit more. There we are. And all this is just seed starting potting mix from Miracle-Gro. And it does a really good job, I might add. Very, very good. So, okay, now you've got that. You have your wicking still up top, and that's what you want. Poke a little hole in there, and we'll start to fill our reservoir. Now, fit this inside the bottle, just like that. So your wick is hanging in the water. Now, in order to start this, you need to create a little bit of a vacuum type of a setting. So I water the top. Make sure I soak the wicking. There we go. You can see a little bit of water coming out through the bottom, which is good. That's what you want. I don't know if you can see that on the camera too well, but that's what it's doing. Okay, now I'm just going to make a little hole. I'll make about 3 holes. And we'll put in the peppercorns. We'll be all ready to roll. I'm going to put in about 2 peppercorns per hole, just in case one takes, the other doesn't. Okay, now we have 6 nice little seeds in there. And what I'm going to do is put this in the window, and it will be sitting on top of a heated pad. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit more soil on the top to cover those seeds. Tamp it down gently. Voila. Done. So if you happen to be going away for a few days, you won't have to worry about your plants suffering that they don't get water. This works beautifully. And as you can see, the wicking is down here. It goes right up through, right up to the top. So it's going to keep watering. Now when this runs dry, no big problem. All you got to do is lift your top, put more water in the bottom, and away it goes. So that's a simple thing to do with your pop bottles. Don't throw them out. Save a shekel. Okay, so that's the end of our show. I know it was a brief show, but the indoor ones always are. So we shall catch you later, and hopefully soon we'll be able to get outside. Believe me, I've warned you several times. Once we get on the outside shows, they're going to be longer. Okay, so that's it for today. And thank you so much for coming in. In the meantime, happy gardening. Bye.